Welcome to the United States of Tiffany. Our commentary offers a humorous take on wrestling. Please note, we're not bullying or attacking the wrestlers. We're engaging with the choreographed sport and its storylines. Our jokes and observations are about the characters and storylines, not the real people behind them. Tourists and citizens alike, welcome. Enjoy the show, and remember, it's all in good fun.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, pull over that ass too fast. Yeah, I know everybody's excited. You're all amplified. You are not gonna let me do the show today. What is wrong with you? Jesus be offense. I know y'all excited today. I understand. I get it. It's a lot going on here. It's a lot. Okay, they done brought AJ Lee's ass back up in here. Okay.
At some point,
They done brought her ass in here, y'all. Okay, and it is a mess, honey. They done brought her back in. She done come in and done beat up Becky, and Lord have mercy, Jesus. It was a lot of slappity slap. It was a lot. She came back skipping and happy. And I'm sure all the AJ Lee stands on Twitter and all around the world is just hype and screaming and hollering and yeah, and living their best life. Y'all mother has returned, child.
a lot of numbers back there.
Okay, it's plenty. All right. Now, I am here to give y'all a full assessment of SmackDown and everything that encompasses, okay? I am only here to do my job. I am just doing my job, okay? At first, I gotta get my picture up so it can look like I'm here, okay? Because it don't want to show my damn face. Hey, thank you, StreamYard. Hello. How y'all doing? God damn. Hello, Kira. How are you? Hello, Zay. Hello. Hello, DeAndre. Hello, Brandy. Kayla. Hello. How are y'all doing? Listen, I told y'all that lady was coming back and that this was the only way that this was going to work is if she came back. Now, it looked like on Monday that they may have used Rhea if they needed to, but there was no need to allude. They were in Chicago, and if I recall, that is, where they reside. I ain't gonna tell nobody's business, but that's just where they reside. CM Punk lives in Chicago, so of course she was gonna be there. Now, of course, Becky decided she wanted to go back on her bullshit. They thought they had the upper hand, and I don't know how you could assume that, seeing as how you were in his hometown. I could understand if they was somewhere in Iowa or if they was in Dublin, Ireland. Then I could be like, you know what? I don't know. Beckler might want to, she might want to chill out just a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I would have been like, maybe CM Punk need to go ahead and crawl to the bike. Just for a tiny, tiny bit. But no, baby. No, she was right there ready to go. Now these Hey Jay, how are you? Now look, I'm all for a good story, and to me, this is going to be an interesting story. Now, I don't know where this is going to lead. I hope it leads to WrestlePalooza, where they get to have their tag team match as a husband and wife, and everybody gets to see everything. I hope it does. But for some reason, CM Punk and Becky decided to travel to SmackDown to circumvent whatever CM Punk had going on. Okay. But it didn't work. It ended up being them eating crow. For whatever reason, they thought they could emasculate him and disrespect him again in their hometown, and they just couldn't. Okay. It didn't work out in their favor, as they say, honey. Okay. Now, as the show progressed, it was just inevitable leading up to this point. So we're going to start here and go back to the beginning. Okay. Now, AJ Lee showed up, y'all. She was there. She was there. Seth and Becky thought they had the upper hand. Seth stayed up in the rafters. And then it's not just one match either. The rumor is saying she's back full time. Well, good for her. Okay. Love that for you guys who want to see AJ Lee. For me, I'm not an AJ Lee stan, so it doesn't matter if she's there or not. I do enjoy her being here for this storyline. It was a nice kiki for me. But if you're asking me if I am like needed to see AJ Lee, it wasn't necessary for me. But I'm not mad that she's there. Do you have a good time? So Becky showed up. Y'all, I hate them for this. But anyways, um, Becky showed up and was in Nick's office, and Nick Aldis has had a whirlwind of a day. And Becky was just like, I'm just here because, I invited myself. Of course. He was like, I don't remember telling you to come to SmackDown. She was like, no, I invited myself. He was like, okay. Look, I need you to keep your shit together because I ain't got time for no more bullshit. Okay, I just don't. And she was like, okay, don't worry. We're not going to cause any more mischief and trouble. Trust me. Turns out that wasn't true. Obviously, that wasn't going to be true. The two goons here decided to split up and again torment CM Punk in his hometown this time. And of course, CM Punk said it very plainly. Look, I never wanted to include you. That was your cowardly lion of a husband who decided to make you a part of this conversation. I never asked for you to be a part of this. So all I'm asking you to do is to back off and back up. Leave me alone and I won't say anything and forget all about the shit that has happened. I don't have no issues with you. Becky said, no, it includes me. Okay, this is my fight. It includes me too. This is my family. I'm a part of it. He says, no, I don't want to have to deal with you. Let it go. Becky said, no. Becky started slapping him again. Now, I've never been one to enjoy a man being emasculated. I don't give a fuck if it's a storyline or what it is. I get very, very uneasy and uncomfortable. And I need immediate gratification after that because I'm going to be pissed off. Okay? So imagine me sitting here and I'm like, okay, I see where this is going. These motherfuckers is going to drag this out to the very end and then AJ Lee punk ass going to come out there. Okay, cool. Okay. So, he fell on his leg. I'm sorry, y'all. Gerard left the game on and then ran. With his bark ass. But anyway, so Seth stayed up in the rafters. He stayed up in the skybox, and then he had Becky in the ring. Becky began to taunt and berate CM Punk again, smacking him in the face, hitting on him, burying her head in his chest again, saying he's a coward, he's pathetic, you're a loser, da 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 da. And then he got out the ring and made it look like he was walking away. He did threaten her and told her, look, I could have called anybody to come in here and take care of you. But he was like, since you decided to keep yourself involved in my business, now I need to make sure we even this playing field. And all of a sudden, this crazy bitch's music started playing. Now, let me tell y'all something about AJ Lee. Okay, I was there. From the time AJ Lee started on that roster all the way to the time she decided to put her boots down and take that picture and post it on social media that she was done. I was there. Okay. And a lot of things about AJ Lee you can say, but one of them has never been that whole don't know how to tell no story. Okay. Now, one thing about it, the two things for sure. She know how to give you a good story. She also crazy as batshit. Okay. That lady crazy. She crazy. The first interaction you see between CM Punk and AJ Lee, at least the one that gave you some inkling into her. Oh shit, they broke free. Anyway, inkling into her and his relationship is when AJ Lee had low key been stalking CM Punk. She had been stalking him, and he was telling her like, "Hey, you know, it was they needed some help in a match. It was a match he was having." And I don't know if it was Maurice and Miz or somebody, but it was somebody he was going up against that had a female valet out there with him or just somebody helping him. And AJ Lee came out there to aid him in this match. I can't remember. Somebody else in the comments probably going to correct me. But anyways, he was in the back and he thanked her for giving him like, you know, the alley. You know what I'm saying? But he told her like, hey, like, I don't know what you think this is, but we ain't, they got the first down. Let's go, LAC. He was like, I don't know what you think this is, but we ain't got nothing going on. And she was just like, I don't know. I just kind of like you. And I really, you know, I really think that you like me too. And he just was like, yeah, you know, you're cool and everything. And he was like, I do like crazy bitches. Like he said that shit on camera, full chesticles. Said that shit on camera with his full chest. Said, I do like crazy bitches. I do. But you and I, there's nothing going on and you'll be a distraction for me. So I need you to understand that there's nothing between us. And that's where CM Punk left it. There was a few more times where she did get in the way. And then they kind of, on screen, they made their relationship look like it was fractured, right? So to make a long story short, AJ Lee crazy. Because after that, she became champion. Tamina was her valet or her enforcer, and she was doing some of the most dastardly shit to people in the ring. I will never forgive her for what she did to Caitlyn. Never ever. Caitlyn was living her best life. She was getting ready to be number one contender. If she wasn't already number one contender, she was in the match. She was ready. And all of a sudden, she started pulling away from her friends, super attached to her phone. And you have to understand, during this time, it was unprecedented for you, you know, to have your phone at your hip like that. And she was just texting all the time. Meanwhile, this whole motherfucking time, she was texting AJ Lee. AJ Lee catfished this girl into alienating all her friends, isolating her by herself, and only for her to get in the ring, be so mentally messed up once it was revealed that she was catfished. She had no friends at this point because Caitlyn had went off on everybody because they was trying to tell her, like, yo, this dude you're talking to is not real. Like, why does he want to meet you? Like, why doesn't he want to be here and watch you wrestle? Like, there's something wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta really think about that. And baby, Caitlyn went off. Caitlyn said, you don't know him like I do. He's my man, blah, blah, blah. And was alienating everybody. Natalia, all the girls in the back, poof, gone. Nobody wanted to be her friend. She was all by her lonesome. And even then, AJ Lee could not let her just rest in that. She had to then publicly embarrass her in front of everybody. She went out there for a contract signing and told everybody oh, I'm sorry. I was supposed to catch that ball and homeboy didn't catch it. But sorry. Anyways, Baby, when she told everybody that she was being catfish, that's dance interference now. Ain't you called out? Oh, hate it here. Anyway, baby, when I tell you that girl was in the middle of the ring, breaking down, crying like she was about to die, her life was over, and she felt it, and she was completely lost after that. That child did not stop crying. She was in the middle of the ring, on her knees, in tears. And AJ Lee was proud of that shit. Put it down over there, baby. Is you happy? Well, go on in the mirror, child. Be careful. Your uncle just came out of there. You don't want your hair to unfurl. Because it will unroll with the deuce he just dropped. What? Anyway, it was so bad. It was so bad that even Stephanie McMahon said that AJ Lee went too far. You know you got to be a crazy motherfucker for Stephanie McMahon to say, yeah, you went too far. You went too far. I would never do what you did to her. And she was like, I thought of all people you would understand. Stephanie was like, bitch, absolutely not. This is unacceptable. She was like, of all people, you should understand. Baby, this is why I say you have to be very careful because people are crazy. Okay? And AJ Lee crazy. There ain't no other way to explain it other than that girl crazy. She crazy, baby. She is crazy. Okay? Well, fair enough. Let me see. They got the tussling in the ring too. She did a little sit down in there. Not mother is back. I don't know who mama she is, but she wasn't mine. But she did birth this generation of wrestlers. I just want to see Roxanne and her get on one good time. That's all. Live your best life. I'm sure it'll be Roxanne's dream. She said middle school me is living. Well, I am glad. I'm glad for you. It's like we traveled back to 2002 and I'm living for it. I tried to tell y'all that she was going to come back. What? See it. I think that's what he wanted, baby. He ain't saying nothing. Anyways, I'm so happy for y'all. I'm so happy that you guys are all excited that your mother has returned. And y'all know Nicole finna come in here hollering. Okay, I just want y'all to understand. She finna be in the comments just going off. Okay? She finna be going off in these comments. Prepare themselves. Storyline aside, I'm glad AJ's back and able to do another run. She deserves flowers because even though I didn't like the character, she was trying to force the needle forward in WWE. Kayla used to catch the blues from AJ. She used to get toe up. That poor baby, that poor girl. I ain't gonna never forgive AJ Lee for that shit. I ain't gonna never forgive her for that shit. I ain't gonna never forgive her for that shit. Because she was wrong. And she knew she was wrong. That was some dirty, dastardly shit. It was ugly. Yeah, Big E was there, but that was when she was rolling with Dolph. So that didn't really count. Remember when AJ dressed like her with her wig and fake little muscle? I didn't like that. And then Caitlyn was pissed at her when they was doing the press conference, and she basically was like Hulk smash when the girl slammed on the table. I'd have whooped her ass. You don't say no shit like that. I'm watching the game as well. Go Chargers. I'm trying to watch it. Oh, score. I want them to beat Kansas City. I can't stand Kansas City. I can't stand them. Is you happy? Is that what you wanted?
She had messed up. I thought she was going to be like even.
Is it not even? You got more on one side than you do on the other? On this side? But at least it's close to what you wanted. Yeah. I'm just glad you're happy about it. Yes, you do. Them cones? You put them cones in my purse back here, baby. One of them, man. I don't know where she got it from. She said she got a lot of daughters, but I'm not one, and neither am I, baby. Neither am I, baby. I told y'all I spelled that shit. And she do got sons. She do. She do. Dang. And Cora missed it. Yeah, right. Most of her sons are in AEW, though. That I do agree with. We knew she was coming. Nicole had that shit paid, but I told y'all she was coming back. I told y'all it wouldn't make sense for her. Not the advertising the All-Star bundle over here on YouTube TV. Oh, you get all 3 apps for $30 a month. That's not a bad deal. To get all 3 apps for $30 a month, it costs more money to have Hulu by itself. Y'all better jump on that deal for the $29.99. You get those 3 apps and you'll be able to access all that stuff. It's 12 months. It might change a little later, but hold on. I gotta get my cord. But this thing be done cut off on me. And y'all gonna be looking at the thing like, Pygmy, what are you saying? I can't hear you. I'm like, that's because I'm not here. Don't be picking at me, boy. I needed April to pick up that mic. She didn't say not one word. She just came out there fighting, baby. The best part about it is when Seth tried to jump over the barricade, but he fell over it. Baby, I howled. I posted that video quick. I didn't even finish posting the other videos I had. I just posted that one because that took me out. Woo, shit. If I can't wait for AJ's matches, I want to see her and Chelsea go at it. Chelsea and AJ Lee would be kind of funny. It'd be kind of cool. Do you like Eve Torres? I had no problem with Eve Torres when she was there. Kaylin tried to break her phone. AJ was like, "Ooh, good thing I got T-Mobile." Child. Kansas probably going to win the Super Bowl this year because that shapeshifter and that girl who can't sing are engaged. I will cry if they win the Super Bowl again. I don't need them to win any Super Bowl. Ever. I need them to go into obscurity. Go away. Go away. Darby, all of Dark Order, Dark Danhausen are her sons. Well, fair enough. I can agree. He always falls over the barricades. When I say he fell, though, Nicole, I mean fully fell over the barricade. Child Seth is funny. That shit was funny as hell. I was cackling. Chelsea is not AJ's daughter, but she is AJ's niece. They wanted to see a match between Chelsea and AJ. That's what they was referring to. All right, so I know y'all was excited about AJ Lee returning, so I had to start off with that first because if I didn't, child, I probably would have lost everybody that came in here. But I did warn y'all that she was coming. I warned y'all that she was coming. The moment they started this bullshit over on Monday Night Raw, I warned y'all that she was coming. I need April to handle Rebecca first. I think that she's finally going, ooh, he dropped the ball almost. and homeboy was able to pick it off of him. Like he literally fell, the ball popped out, and homeboy picked it up. Look, hold on, y'all. Look at that.
He got that throw before he fell.
Do you know how crazy that is?
Yeah. But he's made a throw like that before. Unfortunately enough, that's why he didn't pet it. He just
Look him. Get their asses behind the line, yes. I want them to go home in your hometown. I want you to be down by a full person. You can't do shit. You blitz all night. Kill them. Kill them dead. Miami is about to crash out on Twitter about this. It's a lot of people who are very excited for AJ Lee's return, and I'm glad that y'all are happy and y'all are enjoying yourselves. I just want y'all to don't get your hopes up about a lot of things and just don't have, damn, they almost got that damn first down, motherfuckers. And don't have too many high expectations. Just, oh, Naomi, now she about to crash out. And just let things flow. First, we need to see what AJ Lee is going to say and how they're going to play this out, because they're going to have them wrestle at WrestlePalooza. They don't have no choice. But I will also tell you that today was John Cena's last Smackdown, okay? Child, Dallas and Philly game last night was very much ghetto. It was a lot going on. Girl, I don't know what was wrong with homeboy and why he felt the need to spit in Dak's face, but that was crazy, okay? But that's another conversation for another day, child. John Cena's last Smackdown was today. I'm not quite sure why his last Smackdown is today, but it is what it is, and I'm low-key sad. You know, John Cena was my guy. I've said this before on many occasions. He was my guy. When I was a teenager, John Cena was my favorite. I had a poster on the back of my door at my old house. Damn it. What? You just watched them walk into the end zone. What is wrong with y'all? And you want Travis Kelce's bitch ass get this. They didn't even try. You didn't even try. You just let him get in there. He literally walked. He didn't even go at full speed. He just walked. Right.
I know.
They going for the 2 points.
Yeah, the
they gonna get it.
There you go. Good defense.
Fucking losers. Don't put the fingers out now. Because you could have had to stop from the beginning. Stupid ass. Hate this game. I hate it. Jesus Christ. Anyways, it made me mad. It made me mess up my little emotional thing I was saying about John Cena. They gonna piss me off. They gonna keep showing the goddamn replay. Anyways, okay, I'm resetting. John Cena. John Cena is retiring. We all know this. Wait, he's doing commercials now? They got their fireman's coffee in Walmart. Isn't that cool?
Yeah, it's dope.
Oh, that's awesome. I might go get some of it. But I love John Cena. John Cena was my favorite growing up, and I had a poster of him on the back of my door at my house, and then at my grandma's house, I had a poster of him on the back of my door. And I was one where I would sleep with my door closed. John Cena was what I woke up to. John Cena is what I went to sleep to. Don't you judge me, bitch. Okay, you mind your business. Don't judge me. Anyways, so to see him in the ring in Chicago where he started, he came down in Chicago and started his career, and that was his last SmackDown in Chicago. It was a little sad. I felt sad. I was so sad. You know, I knew John Cena's career was ending, but it just, I don't know, I guess it was definitive now that you know that was his last SmackDown, you know? Because for a while, John Cena manned that brand of SmackDown. The Rock was not on SmackDown anymore. And they gave that moniker, or they gave that crown to John Cena, and he ran with that. Him, JBL, The Undertaker, for a while. Edge took over that mantle for a little while. Like, for a long time, SmackDown was all about them, you know? And SmackDown was the better show for a long time. I remember watching Raw, like, I can't wait till Friday. Like, cannot wait, nigga. So it's kind of like a full circle moment. I'm kind of sad. You know, like, I'm really, really sad. But anyways, I am glad he gets to retire on his own terms. I'm glad he's not, you know, to the point where he's ill or he can't. He does have some issues with movement. He said that there's some hip problems that he has and all that other kind of stuff. But I am glad that he is able to continue to do what he loves and finish it out in his own way. You know what I mean? I love John Cena, but I'm not watching his match against Mr. Talk to a Lawyer ass. Well, I'm not watching that match either, but it's happening at WrestlePalooza. So if you care, that's your business. The coach said, I don't know why y'all mad. The Chargers can't play football. Listen, they had them. It was 13-6 for the first half of the game. The Chiefs had not scored. And then they just scored again in the fourth quarter of the game. There's no reason why the Chargers could not keep them down this whole game. They were able to do it for 3 fucking quarters. How do you get to the fourth quarter and then decide to let up on a championship team? That's stupid. You say what you want to about the quarterback. He's one of the best quarterbacks in the league. Why would you give him any more room? You keep the pressure on him throughout the whole game. I don't give a fuck if you're tired or not. You put his ass in the ground. Shit. Same tip. I had his posters and his Fruity Pebble shirts. Had all of them. Sure did. We have his final match. I already know I'm be in my fields. I am not watching that match with him and Brock Lesnar. So I'm glad that they're not making that be his final match, because I would be mad if it was. I don't know who his final match is going to be against, but I'm hoping we get to see something interesting when it comes to his last match. Earlier in the night, Sami Zayn had decided to come out and he asked John Cena's blessing to reignite the Open Challenge and name it the Sami Zayn US Championship Open Challenge. And John Cena gave him his blessing to do so. But he also wanted the very first Open Challenge that he had to face off against John Cena, seeing as how Sami made his debut against John Cena in an Open Challenge as well. And he got that chance. And this match was really good between the two of them. They were fighting hard. John Cena was doing everything in his power to win. Sami Zayn was doing everything in his power to block it. And the boys was out there fighting. But all of that went to hell because a big fat phony came out there and decided, where are they?
In Brazil.
Okay. Okay. A big fat phony came out there and decided to ruin it for everybody. And well, he announced that he'll see him in Indiana at WrestlePalooza. I said, okay, whatever. I didn't even film it. I don't have any intention of filming anything that they have going on because I don't care. Okay, I just simply don't care. Good on Samuel though for putting on a good match. This was John Cena's last match on Smackdown, and I'm glad that Sammy was able to give John Cena a good send off for his final bout. Okay. Now, what we did get was a decent match between Julia and Michin before fuck ass Kiana got involved three times. Her and that raggedy ass bag came out there, and I will tell you this: for them to be in Chicago and for them to be as vocal as they are, I will say that Kiana got no reaction out there, no boos, no nothing when they attacked Michin. Michin got a nice response when she came out, but they didn't really give Kiana much. And to be fair, Julia hasn't had a chance to really establish herself on a roster. And if I'm being honest with Kiana, neither has she. But they gave Kiana and Julia no reaction, nothing. They just sat there. So I don't know. Unfortunately, I don't see Julia getting or keeping her title much longer. Fuck that bitch. She wasn't doing her job. Fuck that hoe. Fuck ass Kiana got involved so many goddamn times. At this point, it was like, bitch, which one of y'all wrestling? Is it you or Julia? Now, Julia ended up being able to use that distraction to retain her title, which is fine. I don't give a shit. I just don't give a fuck about Kiana. Y'all love her so much. I do not. I don't see what the love affair is. Can the girl wrestle? Sure. Her personality sucks. Her persona sucks. And she sucks. I prefer Julia on her own, but if they continue down this path with Julia and fuck ass Kiana, I fear that it's not going to work out for her. It's going to end up pushing her down further into the bottom because Kiana doesn't add or take away anything from Julia. In fact, she's not even making it worthwhile to watch her. So as far as I'm concerned, they need to put Kiana on somebody else or let Kiana be by herself. Either way, this little duo that they have going on here to me doesn't work. Especially if she's not be able to be seen more often. If they need to start this feud with Michin and her and let it continue out, they should have them wrestle at WrestlePalooza. It needs to continue. Like Michin should have went backstage and attacked Kiana, and that should have been a video put out on Twitter. I tell you what they do. Here's how you can fix this. You want to give Julia and Kiana a true run at being a heel team holding this championship, right? Cool. You have Michin. Michin is supposed to be your hardcore girly, right? She's the one who everybody goes to when they want to have the hardcore fights in the kendo sticks. All right, cool. So Michin need to be in the back, finding Kiana. She need to be whooping her ass with that kendo stick. They should have had a video circulating online where they was getting ready to leave, and Julia and Kiana was real happy, and they was cheesing and shit, and Michin ran up on them both and whooped their ass and told them if you thought it was over, it ain't gonna never be over. And then next week on Smackdown, you need to have Michin arrive and she get attacked by both of them. You gotta build this up so it's worthwhile. And then we got no Street Profits today. No Street Profits, no YS6, no nothing. We got a glimpse of Charlotte still being bandaged up from the attack that she got with y'all. Yes. Let's go. Let's go, Quentin. Yeah. Let's go. Anyways, they scored, baby. That's all it is. You gotta embolden this. You gotta push this up. You gotta make this worthwhile. But again, we ain't seen no Street Profits today. What they gonna do? What they doing? What they doing? What they doing?
I don't know.
Gerard.
Whatever they said, the penalty is going to be enforced on the kick. I mean, on the kick with the extra point. It was a penalty on Kansas City.
I thought it was on us. I mean, on LA. They went and talked to Harborough. They didn't talk to Kansas City.
No, they were talking to Harborough to see if he wanted to accept the penalty and how he wanted to do it.
Okay. That would require them to care about the women's mid card. Okay. Okay. Do you see Tiffany retaining next week? Probably. I don't really care. It's probably gonna happen because Nia probably gonna interfere. At this point, I just don't give a shit enough about the women's title with Tiffany having it because they're not gonna do nothing with it. And if they're not gonna put her in a championship match, because you got WrestlePalooza happening in 2 weeks, and instead of putting her on the card for WrestlePalooza, you got her wrestling on Smackdown. For what reason? I don't know. At this point, I just genuinely don't care. I have no interest in that title until they do something with it. Tiffany having it for 200 plus days and not defending it against any true competitors is wild as fuck to me. I have no desire to watch that or care until they give me a reason to. I just don't. But they can fix Julie and them if they wanted to. It's not hard to do. They can fix it. They just choosing not to. They gave some promos to Drew McIntyre and to Randy Orton, which I assume they will be able to, have their little meeting. And then on Monday Night Raw, this is the last time that John Cena will be in New York City on November 17th. And then he's going to have a Raw in Boston, and that's going to be his last Raw in Boston. So it's shaping up, y'all. It's going to be his last time. Oh, my God. I'm going to cry. All right. So, what else do we need to talk about with SmackDown? Oh, Aleister Black and Damian Priest match. So Aleister attacked Damian Priest before the match. Damian decided to go ahead with the match anyway. It didn't necessarily work out in his favor per se. He ended up trying his hardest to continue to move forward, but unfortunately, he could not best Aleister Black, and he was not 100%. He ended up getting cheated out of the win. Aleister hit him with a black mass while holding the referee. He held the referee's shirt. He went on ahead and pushed the ref into Damian. Damian moved the ref out the way and suffered a black mass for it. It is pretty bad. They got the Black Brazils out there tearing it up, Jared. They shaking it out. So it was a pretty bad night for Aleister. I mean, for Damian Priest. He didn't really get the opportunity. Ooh, they got him. He didn't really get the opportunity to proceed forward in this match and actually have a decent match because Aleister made sure that he didn't get no further than the first couple of blocks. He made sure of it. And that was it. The rest of the show was left to these two. Well, these four. The rest of the show was left to them. It started at around 9:40 something and it ended at like 10. For the most part, SmackDown was focused on AJ Lee. And from what they say, AJ Lee is not leaving after this. She's going to stick around and have a couple of matches. So we'll have to wait and see how this all is going to play out. But I imagine that this is going to lead to a match happening at WrestlePalooza in Indianapolis on September 20th. With WWE debuting on ESPN, they're going to need to get all the subscribers that they can get. And obviously, AJ Lee is going to be a massive draw for WrestlePalooza. So, I hope all you AJ Lee stands are going to continue standing your girl and watch her first match back, because I don't think she's going to have another match before then, because we got what? 1 week? Yep. Next week, we'll make it 1 week ahead of WrestlePalooza. We're 2 weeks out right now. So, I don't know, y'all. First match that was booked for WrestlePalooza is Io Sky versus Stephanie Vaquer. The other match now is John Cena facing off against that big beast looking bitch. And I'm not putting his face on my screen, so y'all gonna have to go look it up and see for yourselves. After everything is said and done with Survivor Series in San Diego, and this month of September is packed with PLEs. We have AEW's All Out, which isn't going to be at 7 p.m. It's going to start at 3 now. We also have No Mercy for NXT happening on September 27th. Shut up, Jared. We also have NXT Homecoming for September 16th. And we also have WrestlePalooza. Then in October, we're going to be moving into Halloween Havoc on the 25th of October, Bound for Glory on the 12th of October, which they're already starting to book for that. And of course, we'll have other PLEs happening in October as well, including Takeover Perth, which will include Crown Jewel on October 11th. And then, what is it? Is your daddy here? Okay, when he gets here, I'll give you the link. But for now, you can wait. The schedule for the Road to Royal Rumble is pretty packed. Okay, it's 2 Smackdowns and 2 Raws in this schedule, and the rest of this are live house shows, and it all starts on January 8th, which is a Tuesday, and of course, it will end the week, probably the week of Royal Rumble, but this one says January 19th is when that tour will end. So we got a lot to look forward to for the next couple of months heading into January of next year. It's a lot going on. AJ gonna show Liv when she tell all these hoes watch me. Gonna show Liv up when she tell all these hoes watch me. Well, yeah. But if you guys enjoyed SmackDown today, I hope you did. I hope all of you AJ Lee fans that were begging and waiting for her to come back are excited and happy. So y'all can please be quiet. I don't have to hear it in my comments no more. AJ Lee's coming back. AJ Lee's coming back. She's already here, babe. She's already here. Enjoy it. Enjoy it while it's there. Okay? All right. Bye. I just wanted to put this picture up, but I will smack a bitch if necessary. Jackie smacked the shit out of her daughter. I'm gonna get my ass up out of here. I hope y'all enjoyed my recap of SmackDown. Please make sure you go watch the clips all over the internet of AJ Lee's return. It was highly entertaining to watch the Rollins family fumble all over themselves because AJ Lee was there. It was very, very entertaining. I tell you, when comeuppance happens, it's delicious. It's delicious. It tastes like the most savory of deliciousest dinners you've ever had in your life, darlings. It's amazing. It tastes like a wonderful Chianti with fava beans. If you want to see it, just go on Twitter. There's a bunch of clips on Twitter. All of them have it. Even WWE has the clip up there. Chicago went nuts, and it is what it is. I will see you guys next time. Bye.
Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe for more wrestling content. Check out our merch and consider becoming a member for exclusive perks, special emojis, and members-only content.